What did someone do in an emergency room that made you say, you gotta be kidding me? Back in early February of 2013, I came down with a fever and tight chest. My primary care office was closed for winter weather, so I went to a walk-in clinic nearby. The doctor barely looked at me, said probably the flu, and handed me a script for Tamiflu and some cough syrup. 36 hours later, my boyfriend Matt had to practically carry me into the ER in Cedar Falls. He said I was shaking, wheezing, and barely able to speak. I don't remember walking through the door, just fading in and out in the car. He explained everything to the nurse at intake. She gave him a clipboard and told him to take a seat. 10 minutes later, I passed out cold in the chair. Matt stood up and yelled. That finally got her attention. She came over, put the pulse ox on my finger, and her face went pale. My oxygen was in the 40s. My temp was above 106. They rushed me into a trauma bay, threw a cooling blanket on me, and intubated me. They tried to transfer me to Mercy Medical in Des Moines, but I crashed every time they switched ventilator. My lungs were fully whited out on the x-ray. No one knew what was wrong. They put me in isolation and called Matt to return. When he walked in, a nurse told him to call my family. They later diagnosed it as a rare, aggressive pneumonia that had triggered sepsis. I was placed in a medically induced coma for 11 days. They said I might wake up with brain damage. I didn't. I walked out 6 weeks later, half the weight I'd come in at. If Matt hadn't shouted at that nurse, what did